Alright, so welcome! We are in the second video for today, second preview or closer look on some hero. Today, 3 heroes were released. I think I'm gonna do annotations for each of them so you can be like, oh, I don't have to search the video, I just click somewhere on the video. It's night, so sorry, I'm just gonna do this so we have higher or better vision. So, the second hero for today that I'm gonna show you is gonna be Keeper of the Light. Or I'm gonna explain this hero. I think this hero is definitely my favorite. Not like top 10, but definitely he's right there. The heroes that I like to play, and he's definitely fun to play. First thing I'm gonna say, this is not really finished. It doesn't look finished, so what you're gonna see is probably something that they didn't finish yet, okay? I hope so. I hope it's not finished, because this looks actually ridiculous. But let's start saying or how this hero actually looks. He doesn't look like a Gandalf. That's awesome, because you know he was called actually Gandalf in Dota 1, like a fun factor. I don't like that because Gandalf doesn't really belong to Dota. Let's be honest on that. Actually, he maybe the staff, but okay, he doesn't look like Gandalf. He looks like some crazy wizard with awesome spells. I think let's start with the spells. Very good. Could be picked as a competitive. Could be played very well and very effectively. So first spell, and his, let's say, main spell until level 6 is even above level 6 is Illuminate. And what I was saying with the effect, I need to show you that, and then you can judge it by yourself. Do you think this is the effect for a spell? I think this is ridiculous, and it doesn't show you where the spell is gonna be pointed. Doesn't show you anything, because there's no casting in Dota 1. Or go watch my Dota 1 Ezalor or Keeper of the Light videos or games. There was like a little ball of lighting creating, actually getting bigger, and then it was releasing. You know exactly what it's gonna do as enemy. Right now, if I'm gonna do this, it's not really visible, and I have definitely problems with that. If it stays like that, it's gonna be even more imbalanced, because I think this doesn't look like anything to me. Maybe more effect of that staff, like bigger ball, would be possible. But I have to say I don't like the effect. So let's talk what it actually does. It's a channeling, as you can see. And it channels by levels, meaning right now, it's gonna channel for max, or there's a max time. As you can see on level 1, it's of 2 seconds, 3, 4, 5. So right now on level 4, by the way, that's the thing that you're gonna max out first, the Illuminate. So on level 5, it's gonna have 5-second cast time. The maximum cast time. Yeah, you can see there are some horses that he's releasing, that's interesting. It's not really shown in the level 1 spell. Yeah, it's definitely glitched. Okay, we have to wait for some polished version because they are kind of glitching. That's okay. It's a test build. I'm okay with that. Alright. Huge damage. The damage is magical, obviously. And the damage, as you can see, is actually, let's say this is the area of effect. And it travels right here. So it's like a screen and half of a screen. Because right now, if I'm gonna cast it from here, okay. Alright. Is it gonna hit them? Yes, it does. So it's, as I said, it's about one screen and maybe half of the screen or something like that. It's a very good casting time, very good for defenses, if you can imagine, sitting in a base. You can be here, which is kind of a safe position, and casting the Illuminate again and again. Alright, it's gonna travel to like here. Maybe it's a little glitch these days because I don't like the effect. I like the simple effect. This seems too complicated to me, and something in Dota, if it's complicated, it can be kind of confusing. Okay, let's just go with that. So the damage done by this spell is actually based on the channeling time. So more you channel, more you're getting damage. So each second, that's important, each second you are getting additional 100 damage. So 1 second, 100 damage. 5 seconds, 500 damage. Alright? And as you can see, this actually changes. And it says release Illuminate. So you don't have to wait. Let's say the Omni Knight is actually just passing by, you casting this, you know you would miss him right there, so you release it and you actually hit him by that. It's very important to kind of manage to, if somebody is just going off it, you just release it because you want at least some damage to be dealt. It's gonna be lowered, depends on how many seconds you get on it. So that is it. Kind of a simple spell, great for beginning, if you can imagine. Just a second. I can, as a support, let's say, I can still say, stay here in the beginning, release this. It's gonna do a lot of damage. Even those 2 seconds, there's 200 magical damage, and let's say it's level 3, so it's 300 magical damage. That is a lot. That is really a lot, and of course it's gonna push the line very effectively. But then again, sometimes it's good to push the line. If there's some sort of a carry, you can push him even here. You know, you can stay here and still release it, and it's gonna fly like towards here. So he can't really hide. People can't really hide from this. Okay. Of course they can kind of juke it, but you can see the range is like this. You will see from the horses. And one mistake that actually one glitch that I know, I'm saying, oh, that's a glitch, but right now I can confirm that this should be giving you each second the vision, the more and more vision. Right now it doesn't do. It does vision after this, but it should give you the vision on a channeling. At least I think so. That's what I remember from Dota 1, and I think I'm right. Alright. Just a second. I can't really remember any heroes, so I'm gonna do with this one. Okay, let's go for the second spell. Mana Leak. Sorry, yeah, Mana Leak. Let's go with Mana Leak. Why not? This is actually lore. This spell, what it does, I'm just gonna simplify that, okay? There's like a lore thing that weakens an enemy's magical essence. Okay, not read that. Don't read that. You can cast it only on enemy because it's actually spell against enemies. Leak duration 4, 5, 6, 7. So let's level it up on the 7 so we can have higher time, higher duration. Mana leak percent. Okay, it's 3.5 and then it travels to 5%. So we have duration 7 seconds, leak percent 5%, and what it does, it mana leaks, meaning it lowering mana, and it's actually lowering mana when they are traveling, these heroes. As you can see, even little steps steal something from the mana. So what you're gonna do is you wanna target somebody who is just running towards your enemy. Again, cast maybe spells, even like a carry. You know, hunting void. It's kind of awesome because you can lower his mana just because he's hunting somebody, and then he cannot just leap away, or you know, he can use the spell, the time walk, to to get to the safety because he won't have any mana. The stun, it actually says stun duration. It's 2.2 seconds, and it stuns only when the target has no mana. So let's say he's got leak on himself and he's using spells, blah blah blah. He's actually going for you. Kind of funny thing that it didn't use any mana, but okay. See, 0 mana. If he hits 0 mana, that's going to stun him for 2.2 seconds. And in the, right now it doesn't look that good because you will say, okay, oh, they will have always some mana. But if he's not careful, and then in a team fight, you are using mana constantly. You are basically using all of your mana. Okay, in the beginning, in the end, it's kind of you can discuss if it's possible or not to use all your mana, but in the mid game, you are definitely using almost everything. And if you are traveling towards the enemy, this is what's gonna stop you. So if people don't want to if you don't want to leak their mana away, let's say, let's go with that term, then they have to stay. They have to be kind of useless because they need their mana, and it's going by a lot. Right now I traveled almost nothing, and that's 300 mana. So that's the spell used for. Nothing else. It is kind of hard to pick this in the beginning because Illuminate is just that good in the beginning. And its area effect, pushing against pushing, annoying as hell because, as I said, you can cast it from safety on the other lines. Kind of invisible almost, and that should be giving you the vision, by the way. Yep, I'm pretty much certain. And bam! No idea. You have no idea if you didn't play Ezalor. This is not avoidable, okay? If I'm here, you're gonna get it. Here, anywhere on, you know, behind trees, you're gonna get it. So, really good hero. As I said, it's hard to pick this in the beginning because you have great synergy with these two things. But then again, mid-game, you have at least 1 point is very good for chasing or just running away, okay? If he's running from a fight, you have pretty much certain fight because he has to run, it will leak his mana, and then he's gonna get stunned, so that's pretty good. Okay, as every hero, you know, we have heroes of synergies, and this is definitely the one. Chakra magic. It's probably the simplest spell of the Ezalor, or Keeper of the Light. Mana restore 75, 150, 225 and 300. That's what it does, nothing else, just restores the mana. I can actually show that, that's kind of funny because I have what the fuck mode. Well, that's awkward. I can restore mana, no I can't. Well I can actually restore, okay there we go. So that's what it does. And it even writes 75, that's nice. So usually you want to go maybe 3 Illuminate, 1, then level this up, because if you have this, 150, 150, you cast it, you do the mana, and you can cast it again. Usually 2-2, you will have mana to annoy them constantly. You are not gonna, that's the good thing about Ezalor, he doesn't need any mana regen items, because he's got the Chakra magic. Plus, it can be cast on allies. So it's a perfect support hero in the sense that sometimes the mana, or actually a lot of times, the mana is the problem. That Potch, for example, it's a pretty good example, he just doesn't have mana. With this, let's say on level 4, you have 300 mana. That is hook, that is the whole combo, it's awesome. Simple spell, works perfectly with your first spell, so usually on the line you'll be using this, and then the mana. Alright, that is it. That is it for beginning, and now with the ulti, Spirit Form. That's what actually makes Ezalor... By the way, this was changed also. We are kind of getting to the heroes that were changed multiple times, and Spirit Form. Okay, nothing really changed, to be honest. Okay. Alright, so Spirit Form. I'm not just waiting for something to change, but it looks like he's just glowing or something. There's just a little effect. And Spirit Form as an ulti actually gives you 2 additional spells and 1 additional ability to one spell. And that's this one, the Illuminate. So let's start what we already know. This, the nuke, the huge area effect. If you are in the ulti, the Spirit Form, if you are in the Spirit Form, okay, now I actually recasted that. This will be casted not by you, because you have to stand, okay? You have to stand as a, you know, as Ezalor you have to stand. Right now this is gonna be casted by a ghost spirit. So you can do this and go away. Within the ulti. And your spirit form, or spirit ghost I think it's called, is gonna cast it for you. So that is the thing that kind of makes the Ezalor, or you know, Keeper of the Light, dead good, because you don't have to be there. As I said, you can be here. With this, you don't have to be even here. You can be ready to help your allies, and you don't have to be 5 seconds channeling. So in every fight, you want to be in this form, doing this, and then, you know, managing your hero however you want. Alright. Pretty simple. This is casted by your spirit ghost. 2 additional spells. First one is Recall, and the second one is Blinding Light. And it's D and F. Okay. So, Recall, it's actually from... Recall was called the spell of this hero in Dota 1 or Warcraft 3. It basically recalled multiple units to him, I think. Or he was recalling back to base, I'm not really sure. But what this does... Recall is a teleport of some hero. Nothing else you can target, just the hero. And what it actually does is, I'm just gonna do it on a Patch right here. Alright, Patch. As you can see, I'm recalling him to me. There we go. So after 5 seconds, I'm gonna level up the ulti on level 3. So right now it's after 3 seconds. I can port the hero to me, and that's pretty awesome. So let's say somebody died. Let's say that somebody died and he revived in a base. We can actually simulate that situation. Why not? Alright. He died because he was noob, but he's back. So I'm recalling him. And right now we are ready to push the bottom. Viper's here, so he can push. The one thing that is bad about this spell, or however you want to say it, is that it can be interrupted. And this spell is interrupted by player-based damage. It's actually written here. Player-based damage. So no creeps. Creeps can attack you, neutrals can attack you. Only this. So right now if I'm running away, and I'm recalling him, and he hits him, he's gonna cancel the recall. 3 seconds, it could seem like a lot, and it is, but then again, I'm talking about publics, let's say. Team communication can be problem. So if you're recalling somebody, it's gonna be problem. It's same with the Nyx Assassin ulti. You don't know if they want for you to recall them or not most of the times, but it can be pretty useful, as you can understand. Let's say there's that Pug now on the top that actually dies right now, and she's pushing. Okay, she pushed the tower, heroes are porting, you recall her on the bottom 5 seconds on level 1, and then you can push the bottom while these heroes actually pour the top. A very good spell. Okay, but we'll see. We'll see how it's gonna be used on the publics. In a competitive, it's gonna be awesome because you can change positions very frequently. I like buy Boots of Travel on the Ezalor, and as a first item actually, as a first bigger item, I like to buy immediately Boots of Travel because I have my mana regen, I got my spells, I got my ulti, so I can port to the top. Actually, you could be able to do. Just a second. You could be able to do this. No! Jesus Christ. Doesn't work. I was trying actually in a real game in Dota 1. Didn't work also. Okay, let's go with that's the recall. Very simple. And very good, very good. Blinding Light is next spell. And that is actually area effect. And very important, this in the middle, the target, the mouse basically, that's what's important about this spell. It's gonna push them towards sorry, not towards, actually off the middle on the sides. Like this. So away from the middle. Alright. It's a good thing to position because you have to understand how it's casted. So if they're running here and I want to stop them, I want to cast it like this, okay? If I want them closer to me, where we are, let's say, hunting them, I want to cast it here, towards us. So that's the other thing. Now, of course he doesn't just do that. And important thing is it... let's go with something, hold on. Create hero, send king, enemy. I want to show you something so you can see. Level bots. I got ulti. Alright. It doesn't, or it shouldn't, if it's not glitched, it shouldn't cancel channelings, because that would be not overpowered, but it would be pretty good. So let's say there's a channeling, I cast light. It does. Let me, just a second, I'm gonna freeze this, basically. I was wondering, but I read does not interrupt channeling skills. That's from Play Dota hero description. Maybe it's old description. I'm not really sure if I cancelled some channelings, but you can see that it most definitely cancels the channeling. Okay, hold on, let me check the ulti of a patch. It cancels the channelings. That's interesting. So even Black Hole is going to be cancelled if I'm not mistaken. We can try it because this is like a trial run. Again, this is test client. Like, this is glitched at the moment. The horses are not really... They're glitching in this phase, let's say. Other things could be glitched also. So Enigma, enemy. Because this would be complete counter to Enigma. Like, this spell is so freaking instant. There's a mini-stun involved. On Play Dota forum, the hero section, it actually does not interrupt channelings. I'm gonna check it again. Okay, it's there. Not really sure if it's bug or not. Can't really say because I didn't really cancel any channeling in my recent games with the Ezalor, so... But it does right now in the test client. We will see what it will do in the real game, but... I'm not gonna say anything else. I'm gonna say what it actually does. So there's a knockback distance, and duration, blinding the units in the area. That's this effect, as you can see. Alright, see the blinding effect. And that means they're gonna miss 80% of their attacks, which is awesome. This is like a turnout for any action. And the 80% miss is there for 5 seconds. So let's level 3 ulti. It's 5 seconds, which is awesome. There's a Ricky or heroes. Okay, 3 heroes are attacking him right now. Still attacking. Look at the amount of misses. 80% misses. That is insane. There's a Ricky. There's a freaking whatever. It's not gonna hit. It's not gonna hit, and it can save lives, and it does. That's actually same voice from Dota 1. Right there. That's the same voice. I don't know. Hold on. Okay, let's go. With a closer look. Okay. So there's a blinding thing. 80% miss. Of course, if you have MKB, it shouldn't apply because you know that goes through. MKB goes through everything. No misses. So if you have MKB, maybe not, but other than that, 80% miss is absolutely ridiculous. Plus the knockback, channeling interruption, not really sure. I haven't really tested, I don't have any means to test it in Dota 1, but right now it's actually cancelling the channelings. That's what I can say. That's what I can see actually. So that is it with the hero. There's nothing more to it. It's very strong in the beginning, in the lining phase, just doing this. It's best buff almost for every situation. If you are hunting somebody, mana leak. You can even pull him back towards you, towards your team. And then you can cast this with your the ghost spirit. You don't have to be even there. The important thing, if you are casting with the ghost spirit, you don't have to be there, and you can also cancel it any time. So that's the additional thing. So that is Keeper of the Light. I think I covered everything. How it's used, it's, as I said, very simple. You want to be in ulti in each team fight. You want to start it with this, maybe blind them towards your team or you, or this. Let's say if he's running away, and I'm casting this like this way, I want him to stay a little bit longer there, you know what I mean? And then I can cancel it. Mana Leak, if he's running two-way, he's gonna lose his mana. The Mana Leak stun is gonna be there. It's really good hero. He's got big presence in the fight, because this. If he would be without the ulti, he would have to stay the whole fight on his ass and basically just channel that Illuminate, but you would have to do this without the ulti. That would be your team fight. Okay. Which is not bad, but it's not perfect. This, on the other hand, is light years away from it, okay? It's light years away from just standing there, channeling. That's it. Awesome. I think I covered everything. My favorite hero, so I'm definitely gonna play him properly. I played a lot in Dota 1. Even recently played some games with him, so it's gonna be pretty much awesome. Alright, that is it. Very simple. Only thing I'm not really sure about is Blinding Light. Can't really tell you if it should interrupt the channeling or not. Play Dota, the official for Dota 1, saying it does not interrupt channeling. Yeah, does not interrupt channeling. So by them it doesn't, but by me it does. One more thing I actually forgot is that you don't have to target the hero. Only thing you need to do is target the area. So let's say I want to recall the Pugna. I target the area closer to her. See, I'm actually recalling her. If I want to go for a Pudge, I can do the same with the minimap. Now I'm recalling Pudge. So what's the closest to the point you are targeting? It's gonna recall the hero, basically. So that's the good thing. It can be very quick. Somebody's running, let's say the Viper is just in a real trouble. I see it on a minimap, and boom. I still can be effective here. I don't have to look there. I'm just recalling Viper right now. That's the additional thing that I forgot, and I wanted to mention that you can recall heroes just through the minimap, not even casting on them. It doesn't have to be like this. It's near them. And the thing that is nearest, the hero that is nearest, is gonna be recalled. Okay, thanks for watching, and that was a Keeper of the Light. A very good hero. He's gonna be picked. He has to be picked. Like, look at his abilities. This channel by itself, Mana League, escaping heroes, attacking heroes, blind light, recall. You can't really ask for much more. Like team fight oriented, okay. Pushing strategy, everybody's like, oh, we have the pushing strategy, that's why some heroes are not played. This is it. This is push. What's better than this? And what's better than this against push? This is 500 damage. And I think I didn't show you that, but okay, it works even on the catapults. So if I do this, 5-second channeling, okay, it's gonna clean the whole line, and it's 32 minutes in, so it's not like in the beginning. Okay, it's gonna clean the whole line very easily. Okay, if I do, sorry about that. I wanted to do ulti, but doesn't matter. You understand the point of this spell. So it definitely fits the meta game, if people wants to call it that, even though it's pretty shitty. But yes, it fits everything. Okay, every single style it fits, as you can see. Pushing, not anymore. Okay. All right, thanks for watching. Next hero and the last hero for today is Visage. That's gonna be a little complicated, I think, and because this is. You need to understand what it does, but if you understand it, it's pretty easy to play, because you have 3-4 things to manage. Because this is basically casting by itself, you only need to understand the position of the heroes, Mana League, the Blinding Light if you want it towards you, away from you. So that is it. Awesome.